Welcome to this week's session with the Putnam County District Library and the Guiding Ohio Online Grant. A couple weeks ago, we began looking at Microsoft Word, and we were going to go through and look at all of the different tabs that are available and what those different options are from within the tabs. We started off with the Home tab, the Insert tab. This week, we are going to be looking at the Design tab. So in front of you, I have a document that I had began to create saying welcome to this week's session, Microsoft Word, and the Design tab. The options here that you see are some of what I have created while within this Design tab. So I'm going to take a document and I'm going to drag the document over so that I'm not beginning right from the start with typing. And I have what I have made here with Putnam County District Library being up in the footer, and then just some information from the library's web page that I have cut and pasted into the document. So what I want you to see is that when I click on this document and I go up here to the top menu, my menu bar here, if I go title, you can see how my options and how the document it changes. The reason that you would do this is because what this does is it gives you a uniform appearance throughout your entire document. So if you were to use one of these, you would know that everything would be consistent and would be the same. A lot of the things that you see here can be done from other areas within Word, but this just gives you a format that is always going to look universal throughout. You also have the option over here with colors. So if I pick, if you notice up here, it'll take my, pick a different one here. If I click on these, how the font itself is changing and how the colors will change. I can pick different colors as well over here. Again, the colors that are suggested for you are what the feeling is that these are colors that should be blended together and used. Then we have the option to change our fonts. So I can click on any of these and my font options will change as well. The paragraph spacing is just what it demonstrates and shows. It can be simple as the default, but you can click on tight, you can click on open, and your options will change in terms of your spacing. And whatever you would maybe set as say you have something created and that's the default that you might want to use, then you can set as a default by clicking here, and then this will end up being what applies to all of your documents then that you create from then on out. You see a lot of people, especially maybe in an office situation, that would maybe want to set as a default what a document format might be. If you notice on the page I created to begin with, I had what was referred to as a watermark. So if I click here on watermark, what happens is I have the options coming up. I can put a watermark that would be a picture or a text. So on my document that we started with, I had used a picture. So if I click select, I'm just going to insert here, and it's going to automatically wash that out. Or I can leave it bold like it would normally look. And if I say OK, notice I've got that washed out appearance. If I change this, get rid of the washed out, then it's going to be the same color as what the image itself naturally is. Now I can do the same thing. Instead, I could add text. So I could put something like ASP, and then what's going to happen is those words are going to appear. Again, I could change those. That just happened to be what was in here. I could put read now. I could make it I can change my font. I can change the style, or the size. I can change it, whether it's bold or italics. I can change how transparent it is. I can even change the font color. So if I wanted to make it, say, for some reason I want it to be green, I can say, okay. And now I have it read now, and it's in the green color font. Same thing with page color. I have all of my different options by clicking on my down arrow. So I could pick and I could change my page to a different color, as well as I have the option for my page borders. So if I click here on page borders, I have the option for various types of borders that I can add. And if I say, let's say I want a dotted border, and maybe I want it to be shadowed. So if I click and I say apply to the whole document, I'm going to say okay, and now I have a border around my document as well. So between themes and then all the different options that pop up with themes, and then I have my different colors. If I would choose that maybe that isn't the color that I want to use this theme, but I want a different color, I can change that, as well as I can change my fonts, my spacing, watermark, page color, and page borders. Those are my options of what I can find and what I have to work with under the Design tab. So that pretty much covers what all is available to the Design tab. The one thing I have not talked about lately, and I just want to reinforce, is notice I do have the number of words listed down below of what is available. Again, I can change my size of what I'm seeing, but that is not changing the actual font size. That's just changing the zoom on what I see. And then I also have the ability to share up here at the top if I want to share with someone else. Again, those are things we've covered in the past, but just kind of want to reinforce those again. And I look forward to seeing you next week.